right, it is Life FM, and we're hanging out with, well, a couple of the guys from Restoration and Restoration House. It's quite an interesting thing, so we'll get into it. We're hanging out with Matthew, or Matt Brown. Hey,
what's up?
How you doing, man?
All good, brother.
Nice, and John Chin as well, who
That's
sort of
right.
runs Restoration House.
Yes.
And Matt is the lead singer of Restoration, the band. So, Matt, let's talk a little bit about the band, first of all. How long has Restoration been going for?
This group, there's 5 of us, and we've been together for now, I think this group here been 2 to 3 years. Like, we started off with like a little mini boy choir kind of thing. There was like 11 of us.
Yeah.
But then a lot of the guys had their own dreams and wanted to go, separate ways. So we narrowed it down to the 5 of us, and we're just doing what we do, music, what we love.
What sort of music are you into? I mean, what sort of stuff do you guys make?
Well, a lot of us are into, like, this guy here's into. What are you into? What's her name? Dolly?
I'm into Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. They are my best country western singers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then one of the boys are into like Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
And different Guns N' Roses. Some of us are into Tupac and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really listen to their stuff now, but we kind of like fuse all our music together, and that's what we get. So I mean, if you would explain our genre, would be hip hop, urban, kind of acoustic.
Awesome. And then the guy sitting next to you is John, of course, who runs Restoration House. How was John involved in what you do as a band?
John's the, how would you put it? He's the top dog. He's I don't know. We call him Pa.
Yeah.
He's like the soul of the group,
Yeah.
kind of thing. He's the one that puts us all together, holds us together. Is that cheese or?
To remind them, boys, you're out of line here. We've got to be more compassionate.
Yeah.
Just while we're doing it, kind of thing. Because a lot of people, when they start music, they kind of drift away into the whole fame buzz and all that. And this guy here humbles us and keeps us on our grind.
Fantastic. Well, John, let's talk a little bit about where Restoration House came from. What inspired you to start Restoration House?
Oh, you got about 5 hours to do so? I can speak for 5 hours. Anyway, just to make the whole story short, it came about at the end of year 1999, where I actually visited Christchurch, met up with a few boys playing basketball, and the boys were telling me that they were reaching out to street kids, try to pull them out of the street and then get them a job and get them going. So they like it. Now, a few people from the church found out and said, hey, how about we help you? So you got people coming in and out, and ex-drug addicts drop out from schools and so on. And some of the leaders say that, oh, this is too long because we want quick results. Now, I was involved with the music in there first because I was playing the guitar for them, and these people left. And they say, oh, come on, John, let's go. I said, hey, you don't do that. You don't just come into someone's life and then you see no result. Things takes time. So I told the boys, say, hey, boys, what are you going to do? They said, well, if we've got no one, we're going to shut it down. And I said, but do you believe in what you do? They say, we do, but we do not know how to go on. And I said, well, I tell you what, I'll give it a shot. They say, really? Everyone come and go? And then I said, well, why don't you give me a chance? I said, only time can prove. And it's now about like 9 years now.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
So a lot of the guys from Restoration, did you sort of see a little bit of a musical spark in them, and you thought, I'll encourage them in that direction?
Oh, that came up by an accident. He wrote a song, Come As You Are.
Yeah.
And then we both sang, and they said, hey, John, you can sing. I said, oh, well, that's good. So we said, all right, why don't we start a group? So we interview all the boys in the house and said, no, you can't sing, no, you can't sing, no, you can't sing. That's how we got about 11 people. Yeah. And then everyone sang. We said, oh, why not? Let's go for the competition.
Yeah.
We went in and we came in first prize.
Wow.
And then you should see the glow in the boys. So it's just like an accident. It happened.
Yeah.
It was from there. And I say, hey, if they got a talent, they've never done anything successful in life. I said, now you've done something good. You can go on further. So I used that as the catalyst. And I said, do something about your life now. If you're good in music, write. So that's why the group is still here today.
Fantastic. Are you guys influenced spiritually as well? Is that a big part of it?
That's the main thing that we all got in common. Like our music, Dolly Parton, Tupac are different. So the only thing we got all in
9 to 5.
the only thing we got in common is our faith within the Lord.
Yeah, very cool. Do you see it as an outreach, what you're doing?
Yep. Outreach.
Yeah, I would say outreach because since we're here in Auckland, we actually visited 3 schools already, and we like to encourage the kids, say, look, the schools are there, the teachers are there. Use the teachers because the teachers are here to help you. Because the moment you leave school, you go to work, you wish you have learned more and you can't look back anymore. So here's a chance, do well in school. So we want to help the kids to do well and don't do drops out, because most of the boys I have are dropped out from schools. So they know what is it like, that schools is important. You can't turn back into time. So why don't just do something now? So we use this as an outreach.
And still, I mean, how many people are in Restoration House at the moment?
They come and go. And go. Right now we have 10 people living in there. Yeah. And that's what makes the advantage better. I mean, not all 10 are singing. Some are accountant. In fact, every single one is holding a job there now.
Right.
And that is just a motivation for me to say, hey, our life is useful now.
What's the alternative to what you guys have got?
Coming from my background, it was either death, suicidal, or life and God. And I don't know, I just thank God that I met this guy, John, and the boys.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know anyone else out there that's doing what this guy's doing. I mean, if there is, man, I want to meet you. But yeah, I'm just grateful.
No, that's cool. And John, I mean, you could see some of the other alternatives for the guys that you've had come into the house. There aren't many other possibilities, positive possibilities, are there? Some of these guys, the only chance was you.
Yes, initially it was just me, but then I was just looking at the pyramid way. If I'm just right at the top now, if I can get 2 boys just to train them up and just follow up, I spend my time with them. From these 2, they look after 4. So yes, I'm looking at these 2 of my leaders, and one of them is Steve and Joe. They're good, so therefore they're helping me with that aspect. So the alternative is this: if I'm long gone, at least they have the heart to continue with this work. Because really, at the end of the day, someone asked me, John, what's your motivation? If I said money, that's not true, because they don't have money. If it's then I say, well, truly the motivation is actually love. People say, I love you, but love in what form? So they say they love, but I say, let's show love in action. So really, the boys, after 9 years, they realize it's love, because only time can prove it. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt and John.
Cool as cheers.
1, 2, 3.